The Frankfurt School. A ruthless critical analysis of power and society. The formative years of the Frankfurt Institute were a time of great intellectual excitement and innovation. The Institute for Social Research, better known as the Frankfurt School, was born in Weimar Germany in 1923. This historical period was characterized by great political and social instability, but also by unprecedented cultural enthusiasm. Felix Weil, a wealthy student with Marxist sympathies, provided the initial funding, envisioning a research center to critically examine capitalism. Weil firmly believed in the need for a thorough analysis of the social and economic structures of the time. Karl Grunberg, the first director, emphasized interdisciplinary research, bringing together scholars of philosophy, sociology, history, and economics. Under his guidance, the institute became a landmark for critical thinking and social analysis. The early years focused on empirical research and understanding the lived experiences of the working class. The institute's scholars sought to give voice to the living and working conditions of the workers, analyzing the dynamics of power and exploitation. However, the rise of National Socialism in Germany forced the institute to close in 1933, with many members forced to flee due to persecution. This event marked a dramatic turning point in the history of the institute, which had to reorganize itself in exile. This marked the end of the institute's formative years in Frankfurt, but not the end of its mission. The institute continued to influence critical thinking and social research even after its relocation. Voices in Exile. Escape to America. The Frankfurt School confronts fascism and war. This group of intellectuals, forced to flee Nazi Germany, found refuge in America. The exile of the Frankfurt School marked a turning point, leading them to reconsider their theories in light of new experiences, confronting the horrors of fascism and World War II. Their direct observations of the atrocities pushed them to investigate further. They established a new headquarters at Columbia University in New York, where they could continue their work in a safer environment. Focusing on the social and psychological roots of fascism, they analyzed how social structures could lead to tyranny. Their research highlighted the role of mass media and propaganda in totalitarian regimes, showing how these forces could manipulate the masses. This period saw a more pessimistic tone, with the school's members reflecting deeply on the crises of modernity, which questioned the foundations of Western civilization. Their critical works challenged traditional notions of progress and rationality. Key works like Dialectic of Enlightenment and Eros and Civilization explored how reason, technology, and culture became instruments of domination. These studies revealed the contradictions inherent in modernity. Despite the challenges, their academic activity continued to be revolutionary, profoundly influencing contemporary critical thought. The critical theory. A new lens on capitalism and culture. In Exile, the Frankfurt School developed the critical theory, analyzing the interaction between economic, political, and cultural forces. The Frankfurt scholars argued that capitalist societies produced dominant ideologies that legitimized inequality and exploitation. Mass culture, through media like radio and cinema, was seen as a tool to shape public consciousness and pacify the masses. Inspired by Freud, they examined how capitalism shaped the desires and fears of individuals, producing alienated and repressed individuals. Unmasking the Illusion. The Dialectic of Enlightenment by Horkheimer and Adorno. Published in 1947, The Dialectic of Enlightenment by Horkheimer and Adorno sought to understand how a society that boasted of reason could descend into barbarity. They argued that the Enlightenment's emphasis on reason had transformed into instrumental reason, a tool for achieving practical ends without ethical considerations. This led to the domination of nature and the reification of human beings. The culture industry, driven by profit, homogenized and pacified the masses, stifling critical thinking. The book offered a fierce critique of modern culture and its commodification. It remains a seminal work for understanding the dark side of modernity. The Shadow of Auschwitz, Reason, Technology, and the Holocaust. The Holocaust forced the Frankfurt School to confront the dark side of modernity, showing how reason, science, and technology could be exploited for destruction. The Frankfurt scholars argued that the Holocaust was a product of modernity, not an aberration. Instrumental rationality reduced human beings to objects, leading to systematic genocide. The Holocaust revealed the terrifying power of technology and instrumental reason when separated from moral constraints. The One-Dimensional Man, Marcuse's critique of advanced industrial society. In One-Dimensional Man, published in 1964, Herbert Marcuse criticized advanced industrial society for creating new forms of domination through mass production, consumption, and the media. Marcuse argued that consumerism created false needs, trapping individuals in endless consumption. This culture of conformity suppressed critical thinking and diverted individuals from meaningful goals like social justice. Marcuse's work resonated with the student movements of the 1960s, providing a framework for understanding social and cultural changes. His ideas challenged the materialism and conformity of post-war Western society. The return to Germany, Habermas, and the second generation. The return of the Frankfurt School to post-war Germany marked a new chapter. Jürgen Habermas, a key figure of the second generation, sought to move beyond the pessimism of earlier works. Habermas developed the concept of communicative rationality, emphasizing dialogue and consensus building for a democratic society. Habermas also contributed to the theory of the public sphere, advocating for open dialogue to hold power accountable. His work provided a more optimistic theory of modernity. Habermas's ideas remain influential in understanding democratic processes and public discourse. A legacy of critique. The enduring impact of the Frankfurt School. Founded in the 1920s, the Frankfurt School revolutionized the way we think about society and culture. Its members, including Adorno, Horkheimer, and Marcuse, developed theories that challenged traditional conventions. The Frankfurt School's ideas on ideology, mass culture, and modernity remain relevant today. They explored how media and popular culture can be tools of social control, influencing our perceptions and behaviors. Their critique of ideology helps us understand the manipulation of ideas in the age of fake news and social media. In a world where information can be distorted, their theories are more relevant than ever. Their concerns about mass culture and consumerism resonate in the age of social media and streaming services. They foresaw how consumerism could become a dominant force in our daily lives. Despite criticisms of pessimism and elitism, their work offers valuable insights into power and domination. Their analyses help us see beyond appearances and understand hidden power dynamics. The legacy of the Frankfurt School continues to influence contemporary thought and popular culture. Their ideas are present in academic debates, social protests, and even entertainment media. Their work remains essential for understanding the complexities of modern society. Studying the Frankfurt School gives us tools to critically analyze the world around us and to imagine possibilities for change.